Hello there people, this is MrKritik and you're watching my Let's Play of Panzer course. This is part 8, also introduction and tutorial part 8. Yeah, have to say one thing, I'm so behind replying to your comments, and I have seen that in part 6, 19 of your comments, and I could not even read them all. I guess you're having fun even without me participating and I love it. So this video will be a little bit different. You'll see what I mean. Since in the beginning, when I started with this LP, I was always worried about, you know, the time and everything. Do I have enough memory on my PC? But now I know that we have plenty of time. So okay, so now we'll load the game. We have successfully finished the tutorial, the fourth one. I only saved the game again because I wasn't sure, you know, if everything was okay, so didn't do anything. But here I just, you know, tried, because I'm still quite unfamiliar with you know, prestige and everything, and just wanted to see what I can purchase for the next scenario, for the next tutorial, of course. So let us now load. So it's Axis turn 8 out of 21. We have achieved a decisive victory, so let us now end the turn. Extraordinary, yet again you have demonstrated an ability to quickly learn and utilize, I believe, new assets that have been placed at your disposal to secure a swift victory. You are quickly becoming our star pupil. Yeah. Keep up the excellent work. Well, it's not so excellent, but I'm doing my best. So let us now proceed and hear what our commanding officer has, you know, to say.
Come in and have a seat, Herr Oberst. We have much to discuss.
Of course.
The speed and decisiveness of your victories reflect well on us both, and your opposing trainees look foolish.
And so they should.
This has made you enemies, some with powerful friends.
Very confusing.
Defeat them. Prove only you are worthy to lead Germany's troops against the enemy.
Only me?
Our position. The man you must defeat is Oberst Franz Wagner.
Again, no relation to the composer.
Unlike training scenarios, you should now expect your opponent to rival you in troops and equipment.
But not
This
in
battle
brain
will
cells.
be fought on near equal footing. Both sides have been granted access to fighter aircraft for this exercise. The Messerschmitt Bf-109 is a fighter interceptor that excels at air-to-air combat and will quickly decimate unescorted bombers.
Cool.
Your mission is to wrest control of your primary objectives from Oberst Wagner in the time allotted. Be wary of the mountainous terrain in the northwestern and make use of the special mountain infantry we have placed at your disposal. Don't forget to, if you equip these mountain troops with motorized transport, they will not be able to take these with them into such mountainous terrain. Good luck, Herr Oberst. Do not fail me.
Jawohl, Herr General. But what I mean is, actually, this guy is butchering the English language, sometimes at least, even worse than I do, so yeah. Okay, so now this is tutorial part 5. Axis deployment phase. We have to take all of the objectives with at least 7 turns remaining. Yeah, okay. And now the thing that I wanted to discuss. Yeah, those of you who are already experts or quite familiar with the game you shouldn't care a lot about it, but different types of units. So these are new types of equipment available. Gebirgsjäger. This actually means roughly translated to English is mountain hunters. So units that are specialized, you know, to operate in the mountains. Now we also have two more tanks, Panzer 3E and Panzer 4D. I was waiting for Panzer 4 type to arrive. And we also have 3 new flags. Well, the only one worth mentioning is 8.8 centimeter flag. This is actually an anti-tank gun. No, the other way around. I'm sorry. A flag that was converted to an anti-tank gun, and especially in the early years of the war was the only unit capable of taking out heavily armored Allied and Soviet tanks. So yeah. Okay. No more about air defenses, and now we have a fighter here. So Messerschmitt Bf 109 Type E. This fighter is a legend. And in Panzer General you can use it effectively until Operation Sea Lion. Well, on the Eastern Front later you can still use it, but it doesn't have, you know, enough fuel capabilities, and also, you know, before that in Sea Lion, well, Spitfires proved to be too much of a challenge for it. Also during, you know, the real war. This is why I believe Germany actually lost the battle for Britain, because the Luftwaffe units were not equipped with Focke-Wulfs 190, but with Messerschmitt's 109. But this is only my opinion. I am not a military historian, so let us now close this. So, new equipment available. Let us first check what we can purchase. And by purchasing I mean we will study first the unit types. So, infantry. We now have plenty of them available, but they are the backbone of any army during World War II. Kings of close terrain. Yeah. Please read the rest. I do not feel like it. But the point is that where there is a close terrain, like, you know, cities, forests, mountains, etc., they rule. And in this game so far we have ordinary infantry, grenadiers, sort of a heavy infantry, Fallschirmjäger, which are paratroopers, Gebirgsjäger, like I said, you know, mountain units, Brücken Pioneer, they can build bridges, and cavalry. But cavalry, you know, was kind of obsolete in World War II, so nothing else to say. Now tanks. Tanks, like infantries are, you know, well, they rule in the what is this called? Close terrain, yeah. But tanks rule in the open terrain. So now we have 6 types of tanks, and I was waiting for this Panzer 4D, and in this scenario in particular I will upgrade all of the tanks to Panzer 4D. Recons. Yeah, Recons. What to say about Recons? Good mobility, superior spotting range and a special Recon movement. Still, even though they are an improvement from Panzer General 1 and kind of resemble the Recons from Panzer General 2, I'm not really sure if I want to use them. This was one of the questions that I asked you guys in the previous videos. And you have most likely already replied to my questions, but you know, are they really necessary? I know that during the war the Recons will improve, but you know, so far in 1939 they just suck. Anti-tank, designed and used primarily, okay, I guess my English sucks, but they are used against enemy armor. So, but as you have seen in the previous video, they can also do some damage to the infantry, especially when supported by an artillery. But this is a type of unit I will not use in the campaign. Perhaps later, you know, when we are dealing with scenarios and we have, you know, like Jagd Panthers, Jagd Tigers or JP Elephants, you know, but so far I have really no use for them. Artilleries, actually this is this unit has changed its usefulness from Panzer General 1, where it was kind of useful but I preferred not to use it, to Panzer General 2, where it was, in my honest opinion, overpowered, you know. Whatever problem you had, I believe I was reading this on a forum, just purchase more artilleries. This was the answer to all. And but now in Panzer Corps, they are very useful, you know, both for the defense and for the offense, because they suppress the enemy unit for until the next attack of yet another of your ground units. So I will use them. Again, I would prefer not, no, to have them, but sorry. But it seems that when I was reading the forums of Panzer Corps, when the weather turns bad and air units are, you know, out of action, these units are the only way to, you know, deal with entrenchments. Now, anti-air. These units, again, like anti-tanks, I will not use, since they are only, you know, effective when defending ground units from the air attack. But I believe that this one eventually will be able to, you know, convert into an anti-tank gun. Still, since I would prefer not to use an anti-tank gun as well, I believe that anti-air will not be part of my, you know, anti-air units will not be part of my core units, at least in the campaign. Okay, fighter. Fighter's ultimate weapon when struggling for air superiority. Yeah, they are useful, always. In Panzer General 1, in Panzer General 2, and in Panzer Corps. So, you read the rest, but you know, they oppose the enemy fighters, they shoot down tactical and level bombers, and they can also do some but not much damage to the ground targets. Tactical bombers, so far we only have Stukas. Okay. Precisive blows, they deliver precisive blows at the enemy units from the air. Now, this is different from Panzer General 1 and Panzer General 2. They are not that useful against infantries. Otherwise, you know, hard targets, vehicles, guns, you know, they are very useful against them. So we'll use Stukas. But I have to say that I have read again on a forum about Panzer Corps that, you know, that perhaps you should go in favor of strategic bombers or fighter bombers instead of Stukas. I'm not sure just yet. Okay, so yeah, this is it, since, you know, I cannot tell you much about strategic bombers at the moment. I have read about them in the manual, and they are, well, I can say this, that compared to tactical bombers, they are less vulnerable to air defenses, but they are vulnerable when attacked by fighters. So both tactical and strategic bombers should be escorted by your own fighters. Also, strategic bombers are on one hand less accurate than tactical bombers, but on the other hand they are very useful against ships. So against the enemy navy, strategic bombers should work better. Again, this is what I read. In Panzer General 1 I have to somewhat agree. Especially when attacking capital ships, it is better to have Junkers 88 than Junkers 87, but let us wait and see. Okay, so I have studied this particular battlefield, and let us take a look at the map. So tutorial part 5, the second to last. I believe we only have 6 tutorials, and they say that in this case the enemy is as well equipped as we are. I have to disagree actually. I believe that I blazed through this one without any serious problems. But of course we are kind of limited by the prestige available. Okay, one more thing, of course. There is an airfield way behind the enemy lines. And this is the reason why I have decided to purchase actually and keep them, you know, inside our core units, inside our, you know, the attacking force, 2 paratrooper units. As for the rest, we'll just, you know, first provide them with elite replacements. Yeah, this will now take some time, but the good thing is that when we start tomorrow or the day after tomorrow with this next scenario, we will have all of the units at full strength and, you know, with all the elite replacements available. So still one good thing, since we will not be, you know, actually doing anything as far as fighting is concerned in this scenario, I mean in this video, you can also tell me if you know, prefer a different force composition, because now we have 19 units to deploy and only 14 units available. Give me a sec here. Okay, much better. So we have 5 units to purchase, and I have opted for 2 paratrooper units and 3 fighters, even though we have actually 3 more auxiliary fighters available, and also of course some ground units, but I get the feeling that we really need to establish our own fighter force. So now we'll purchase some units. Infantry, so Fallschirmjäger. No transport, of course. I'm just checking, you know, how this works. So Fallschirmjäger, purchase 1 and purchase another one. And now 3 fighters. So 1, 2, 3. Please notice again how expensive they are compared to tactical bombers. So a Stuka costs 174 of prestige, a Messerschmitt 109 costs 410 of prestige, sorry. This is more than 2 times more. Yeah. So again, much different from Panzer General. I believe, yeah, that in Panzer General fighters were more expensive, but it wasn't such a great of a difference. Now, for the rest, for the last part, I'm sorry, not for the rest, is we have to upgrade all of our tanks, and we go for Panzer 40s, not only because they are the best tanks available, but I believe that until let me think. I believe that until Moscow 42 in Panzer General 1, yeah, Moscow 42, we were okay, actually Stalingrad, but at the end of the scenario. But otherwise, in Moscow 42, we could start with Tiger 1 tanks. Until then, Type 4 was dominant. Not actually 4D, but you know what I mean. It was, I believe, Panzer 4F2 and Panzer 4G. So yeah, this is it. This is why I'm using them. So let us now upgrade all of them, all of our 4 tanks. Okay. Again, let us take a look at the units we have. Nothing else to purchase, as you can see, since units to deploy 19 out of 19, units in reserve 19. So this is it. So now we have 6 infantries, 4 tanks. We'll purchase more tanks, most definitely. 3 artilleries. I'm still sorry about this one, because, you know, it was so badly damaged that it could not reach, you know, higher experience level. And of course 3 Messerschmitts 109s and 3 Stukas. So yeah. So the idea on this battlefield is Gebirgsjäger will advance here and will support them with some of the artilleries here. As you can see, we have room for them, at least one, perhaps even two. Then here we have an enemy tank. Somebody is definitely inside this city, and we have a long way to go, you know, especially to the east. We have to advance one army, or one part of our army will advance directly here, the second one here. Our Fallschirmjäger will fly all the way to here, take over this airfield. The rest of our units, of course, well, some of them will support this Gebirgsjäger, will take over this objective and this non-victory one, because this one is a victory objective. And then I feel like that we will be able to, you know, well, Gebirgsjäger will be kind of lonely here, but if they succeed they will come south. And here we have yet another airfield in the middle of the battlefield. Airfields, of course, even though they are not victory objectives, well, at least not in this scenario, they will provide our air units with fuel and ammo, and this is why they are important. So yeah, this will be it. Now I'm hoping when I finish this video that I will finally be able to reply to all of your comments, because like I said, guys, thank you so much. So many comments, so many, you know, suggestions. I have to actually read them all and, you know, reply to them. Otherwise, well, we are doing quite well. The fifth scenario of, you know, of the tutorial, and so far we have won all previous 4 of them with a decisive victory. Okay. So yeah, please, just again, I would like to emphasize that if you have another idea about you know, the composition of our core force, please let me know. I will not then bother you, you know, with the details. I will just purchase different units, if of course I think your suggestions are sound and useful. And tomorrow is Saturday, then of course Sunday. Perhaps I will be able to squeeze in another video. Otherwise on Monday we'll start with this 5th tutorial against Mr. Wagner. You know, not the composer, but our worst enemy so far. Okay, so now let us save. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for watching this. All the best from Mr. Critic, and bye bye.